In the famous painting The Last Supper, there are 13 people, but Homer thought there were only 12, so he miscalculated the time of God's judgment. Before that, he used to spread doomsday rumors everywhere. This brought the whole town with him to the hilltop, drenched by the rain. After recalculating based on the 13 people, Homer realized the apocalypse was still half an hour away. He hurriedly shouted for his family to flee for their lives. But due to the previous misunderstanding, no one believed Homer anymore. Homer had no choice but to go to the mountaintop alone. As the countdown ended, the end of the world did not come. Homer thought he had miscalculated again. However, the next second, he found himself in the universe. Then, Homer arrived in heaven. Homer now enjoys 5-star accommodation conditions, but he still misses his family on Earth. Through the television in heaven, he learned that Marge and the children are suffering in hell. Homer couldn't accept this outcome, so he took an elevator to find God. He begged God to send him back to Earth, but God refused without hesitation. Homer could only vent his frustration by destroying heaven. He felt that without his family, heaven was no different from hell. Seeing Homer's suffering, God finally agreed to let him return to Earth. Why did Homer decide to calculate the end of the world? It all started when Homer watched a movie about the end of the world. The next day, while waiting at a red light, he encountered a restaurant server dressed as a demon. Then, blood began to rain from the sky. However, it was actually whale blood falling to the ground. Homer became even more convinced that the apocalypse was near. He went to the library and borrowed books about the apocalypse. After 3 days and 3 nights of effort, Homer calculated that the end of the world would occur in 1 week. This filled everyone in the town about it.